so many mouths I have lauding and praising God. The fires of persecution were not extinguished, however, with the early church. An estimated 52 million people have been killed for their faith in Jesus Christ. 26 million, over half of all Christian martyrs ever, have been killed in the last 100 years. The story of their faith is no less inspiring than that of the early apostles. Here is the story of 3 men in Jakarta, Indonesia, today.
My whole family was in the TV room. It must have been around 8:40. We were waiting for 9 o'clock to watch the news. My wife was asleep when we heard a big noise. It sounded as if it came from 1,000 people.
Our friend shouted to us to get out of the dorm because we were studying in our rooms.
Around 9 o'clock, I awoke when someone said, "Dominguez, we are being attacked." I got up and ran outside. When I was outside in the courtyard, I saw part of the building was already on fire. Then I said, "Lord, where shall I run to? If I go out the front gate, I am sure they will attack me."
They came in from the front. They started shouting, "Jihad, holy war, Allah is great." When I looked to the left, where the dorms are, the sky looked different. It was all red. The dormitories were on fire.
I met a gang of people who already knew that we were Dullah students. They chased me and my friends. I was trying to reach the highway where I thought it would be safe. I was captured by one of the gang and held. They surrounded me.
Then they caught me and tied me up and blindfolded me. Then they took me to a very dark place where they removed the blindfold. I saw so many people in front of me. I said, "Lord, I am so small. It is impossible for me to fight them." But I said, "Lord, I know that you are standing next to me." Then they started to hit me from behind. And I said, "Lord, I give to you my spirit. Forgive them, Lord." They hit me so hard on the head that I fell over.
As we came out of the house, thousands of them were waiting for us. First, we were attacked with stones. They took all of the stones out of the sidewalk to throw at us.
I lost consciousness. I don't know for how long. I think it was about 5 minutes later. It felt as if my spirit came out of my body. It was as if I saw my body laying on the ground. And I said to myself, "Where am I going to go? My body is there. My body is there."
They hit my head on the right side with a blade. I felt incredible pain. All I could think about was how Jesus must have felt when he was tortured. I was determined not to deny my Lord.
Now we were here. Then they started shouting, "There is the leader. Let's take his head off."
I felt myself surrounded by angels that were going to take me on a long journey. I experienced the change in my spirit. I thought this must be the final judgment before I either go to heaven or to hell. Then there was a light brighter than the sun. I couldn't see. I closed my eyes, and I heard a voice from my right side. And the voice said, "Your time has not yet come to serve me. You have to go home."
When I was taken in front of the angry crowd, I heard a voice inside my head say, "Persevere." I turned to my captor and said, "Sir, if you want to kill me, my body does not mean anything, but my soul has value to my Lord." They were confused when I said this. They pushed me to the front, and suddenly a man with a sword slashed my neck.
We were told to say, "Allah is great. Allah is great." If we didn't, they would beat us again. In the midst of all of that, my wife yelled at me, "Don't deny the Lord Jesus Christ." She said it again and was hit again.
I used my finger to find a wet spot. I tasted it because I was so thirsty. It was blood. I had to lick it 3 times before I could taste it was blood. Then I started to cry, "Lord, I want to thank you because I was considered worthy to suffer for the truth. On top of that, you have given me strength and you have given me new life."
Seeing that I was still alive, they hit me with stones. Still, they were not satisfied, so they set my hair on fire. Luckily, there was so much blood on my head that my hair wouldn't burn. Still, they were not satisfied. They took a burning cigarette and stuck it in my right ear. Suddenly, a man on a motorcycle said to me, "Persevere in Jesus." That gave me strength. I wanted to get up, but I was unable to. It turns out that the man was from the police, and I was taken to the hospital.
We knew that it is only through the grace of God that we are still alive. What hurts me the most was the terror that we all felt, because not only were we hurt physically, but we were taunted, slandered about Jesus Christ.
I awoke in my body in the hospital with a high fever. But after that time, I felt that my nerves in my neck had been restored and that I was whole. Because of God's power in that moment, I was healed. I got up, I am recovered completely as you see me today. This is my testimony. I want to tell you all to always call on the living God, who is Jesus Christ.